Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Krishna Shiva Creations. In this series of illuminating texts, I have guided you through all the process of measurement system analysis. Till now, we have completed the three phases, the MSA definition, MSA parameters and MSA tools and methods. So let us do a quick recap of what we have done, and then in this phase we will discuss the MSA plan and execution. In the first phase, we have understood what is MSA, the definition of MSA, the measurement system analysis, what is the meaning of that, why MSA needs to be done, the relationship between the quality of decision that comes from the quality of measurement, and thereafter it is linked with MSA. Then we have understood the difference between measurement system analysis and calibration, how calibration is completely different from MSA, and finally the objectives of MSA was also discussed. So these are the things that we understood in the phase 1. Now completing the phase 1, then we move to the MSA parameters. Let us see what we saw in MSA parameters. In the second phase, we discussed upon the 9 parameters of MSA. The second phase had 2 parts. In the first part, we covered the total variation, accuracy and precision, uncertainty and resolution. In the second part of the video, we have understood the bias, linearity, stability, repeatability and reproducibility. Then we have also understood the correlation between all the parameters that we have studied. In this phase, we have also understood how these are important in our measurement system and how they affect our measurement system and what is to be interpreted through all these parameters. After completing the second phase, then we move to the third phase, that is MSA Tools and Methods. Let us brush up what we have discussed in MSA Tools and Methods. In the third phase, we understood the different tools and methods for variable data and attribute data. The third phase has 3 videos. In the first 2 videos, we understood the stability study, bias study, linearity study and the GRS study. We understood what are the importance of these study, how these need to be done, what are the correct method and what are the interpretations after doing this study and what are the actions that we need to take. In the third part of the third phase, we have understood the MSA tools for attribute data, wherein we have studied the signal detection method and the kappa method. The calculations, the guidelines, the correct procedure that need to be followed, we have understood all those things in this phase. So far we have completed the third phase and now we will move on to the final phase and the fourth phase, that is MSA Plan and Execution. In this phase, we will understand how actually MSA need to be planned and need to be implemented in our work area to get the most benefit and improvement in the measurement system. First of all, MSA Plan. Now for MSA Plan, in this slide as we can see, there is the first of all we need to define the target. We need to identify the process, the set of defined goal, where we need to do the study, that should be very clear with us. Okay, where MSA needs to be done. Basically, as per the requirement, we have to conduct MSA for all the process that we are doing. Now, once the process is established, the measurement system is established, then only the production should start. So, for after defining the target with the timeline, how we are going to move, then we should get the finalized control plan. Now control plan is the basic source input for the defining the MSA. For doing MSA, control plan should be the basic input. From control plan, we should extract the product and process characteristics. The product and process characteristics in the control plan will tell us what are the measurement systems that are required, to perform the measurement. Which are the measurement system required? to control the product and process characteristics, to identify all the instrument in the control plan from the measurement system. After identifying the list of instruments we get after identifying from the control plan, after getting the total gauge list, it is obvious that may possible that we are unable to perform 100% MSA for all the 100% of the gauges. So we need to select the lowest tolerance measurement system which is present for a particular parameter. Suppose in a control plan it is mentioned that we need to measure dia using a micrometer. In that, suppose there are tolerance of 100 microns, 10 microns and 50 microns. Then in that case we have to select the measurement system of 10 micron for doing the MSA for micrometer. If we can establish that, then it is better way to process in the future and go ahead with that. After selecting the final selection of the gauges, we need to plan effectively, and the plan should be dynamic. We should set frequency of MSA. First of all, we perform MSA for some set of gauges, then we perform MSA after some frequency for the second set of gauges. Now we have to remember, per day there should not be more than 2 MSA for a particular system, because one MSA needs a certain amount of time, certain amount of concentration, certain amount of calculations are required. So it should not be, we should not hurry very much in performing the MSA, and we should define the timeline very holistically. So this is what MSA plan is all about, and after that we will move towards the MSA execution. After completing the plan, we have the MSA plan ready with us. We have our gauges ready. We have to collect the samples and select the appraisers, and finally we have to move to perform the MSA, conduct the MSA as per the plan. Okay, so we have to remember all the guidelines that we have discussed while conducting the MSA, when the observers need to be established also for doing the MSAs in different areas and different segments or different process wherever it is required. After the MSA conduction has been completed, then we will get the final value, maybe the GRR value or the bias value or linearity or stability, and we have to check that result as per the acceptance criteria. Now after checking the acceptance criteria, if it comes within the acceptance criteria, then it is well and good. But if it does not come within the acceptance criteria, then we have to determine the corrective actions and need to take the corrections in that process to improve the process. Okay, whether a new gauge may be introduced, or the appraiser need to be trained, or the sampling must be done more in a systematic way. So all these corrections need to be taken, and again we have to perform the MSA, and we have to bring that MSA value within the acceptance criteria. For doing the MSA and getting the ultimate outcome, effectiveness and truthfulness of this process, we have to ultimately do the corrections and improvement in our process and finally bring the result of MSA study within the acceptance criteria. For performing the MSA in a systematic manner and the cohesiveness between all the agencies who are working together to improve the measurement system, we need to have a tracker. We have a plan with us. Now after performing the MSA, we will simultaneously maintain this track, that is MSA plan versus the performed MSA. So this will give us a confidence how we are moving forward with the MSA. Besides, simultaneously we also have to track the MSAs which are within the acceptance criteria, and if it is coming within the acceptance criteria, it is very good. But if it is not coming within the acceptance criteria, we are also having to monitor the corrective actions that need to be taken. We have to monitor the corrective actions are getting implemented correctly or not, whether it is the right way to do the process, whether the process is getting standardized. after the corrective actions are taken, we have to monitor whether the MSAs are being performed after taking the corrective actions, and the improvement that we achieve after taking the corrective actions, that need to be monitored, which will give us a confidence on this process, how we can reduce the measurement system variation, which will ultimately lead us, to a better product and better quality of measurement system. So this kind of tracking need to be done so that we can systematically improve the measurement system and track the whole thing. Now we will again brush up the guidelines that we have understood in the previous phase along with the tools that we have studied. We will just go through because these are very important. So number of parts into number of appraisal should be minimum 15. In many cases, it may so happen that we are unable to collect 10 parts or 10 samples or the 3 appraisals, something like that. So there is a guideline wherein it says the number of parts should into number of appraisal should be minimum 15. In normal cases, number of appraisal is 3 and number of parts are 10. So its product is 30. So that 30 should not reduce below 50. That is what it says. Now the equipment sample appraisal should be part of the actual process. This we have discussed again and again in all the tools that I have mentioned in the previous videos, that equipment, sample and appraisal all should be part of the actual process on which we are performing the study. The measurement should be done in random order. It should not be like that the appraisals, the numbering that has been done on the part, the appraisals are doing it in a sequence manner for every trial. That is, in that case, the operator or appraiser may get biased and it may not be fruitful in doing the study. Sample numbering and noted reading should not be visible to the appraiser. This is also we have mentioned. The appraiser should not know the reading that he has inspected previously for that part, for the second and third trial. In that case, the operator may get biased. And the sample numbering should be such so that while measurement, the appraiser is not visible. That sample number is not visible to the appraiser. The gauge should be calibrated. This is very important. This also we have discussed. I have mentioned in the video that gauge should be calibrated. No uncalibrated MSA should be done with uncalibrated gauges. Observer should be present in each study. For each of the MSA study, there should be an appraiser. It should not be such that one appraiser is taking the reading of the different appraiser. Then when the second appraiser is taking the measurement, then the first appraiser is taking down the reading. It should not be like that. Okay, the observer should be present for each and every study to note down the readings and see that all the guidelines are being followed and MSA is done in a perfect manner. After that, lastly, all parts should be retained after study till completion of study. After we have done the taking the reading, the parts should be retained. Suppose while analysis we find some discrepancy, we find some points which are out, and so some readings need to be retaken. In that case, the parts, if not retained, it may lead to some problem and we may have to do the complete study again. For that, parts need to be retained after the study till completion of final. So these are the guidelines which we need to remember and which we need to follow while doing the MSA. So thanks a lot for watching. With this, we complete the course of MSA with the set of 7 videos that I have uploaded for covering the 4 phases. So thanks a lot for watching. If you have any queries, any doubt, please come back in the comment section. I will be very ready to help you out and mention your queries in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for all your support. If you have liked the video, please hit the like button. That makes a difference. And what makes more difference is when you hit that subscribe button. Yes, thank you. Also hit the notification bell so that you can get notified about the upcoming videos that I am uploading in the coming time. So see you in the next video. Till then, keep smiling and take care.